Welcome back, everyone, to Video Game Vibes. It's 2023, and we're very excited. As always, it's your boy, PatriotJax. With me here is Grog Games.
As you can see from my Christmas tree, if you're watching via YouTube, that is still up, so cat's out of the bag there for when we record these. But other than that, Jax, I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I'm very excited for the next few days because Christmas is coming up. And as we were talking about, and as you know, oh yes, the beautiful Sonic shirt.
I don't know if I was talking about this in
Christmas
one of my
sweater.
videos or the pod, but this
Yeah.
is my favorite Christmas jumper. I love it so much.
You're the favorite. Oh my gosh.
easy.
How many do you have?
Because you don't wear them very often, so I've got one that's at least like 4 years old, and then I got like this red hoodie off of Amazon that's like Merry Xmas that's like at least 2 years old. So I'm collecting them, man. I'll buy one every sort of 2 years.
I only have one Christmas sweater, which is technically an ugly Christmas sweater, but it's not really. It's just like black, and then it has Santa riding a unicorn jumping through the air.
I feel like I've seen that. I want to say that I've seen that in one of your streams, to be fair.
I did wear it at my stream yesterday. We had a Grogmas holiday stream, and you were there for a little bit.
It was very good.
Yeah, so audience, if I sound tired, it's because I streamed for 10 hours yesterday, and it was exhausting. But I'm here because you know what? I'm devoted to the pod, love the pod, and we're here to tell you about our things. And no stream will keep me down, regardless of it being 10 hours or whatnot. So that's what happened to me. It was very fun though. Played a bunch of Christmas games. We played Fall Guys. We played, I can't even remember what else right now. Jax, what else did we play when you were there?
Hades, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, we did a Hades run with
Hades
I did a Demeter only Hades run.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. And I died. But that's okay. Because we had a lot of fun. Everyone was super supportive and had a good time, and I sang Christmas carols very badly.
I did catch one of those, yeah.
Yeah. That was always fun. I always sing it in a joking way. I'm very bad at singing, so it's just sort of like a joke. But
it's a goof.
Yeah, it's a good goof. Jax, how are you doing? Are you excited for Christmas? That definitely hasn't happened yet, or has happened yet.
No. It's Christmas Eve, guys. I should put the date of that we record these in the description, but I forget sometimes, so do forgive me. I love Christmas. I'm always looking forward to it. I get the time off. I get like a week or so off. And just
really?
spending time
Nice.
with family. Yeah. No, it's really good. Like I really value that, to be fair. But obviously it's my baby boy's first Christmas, so it's gonna be different and exciting.
Aww.
And I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, he won't know what's going on at the minute, but as he gets older, I'm looking forward to obviously seeing him open gifts and spend time with family and all that sort of stuff.
So you are doing the whole Christmas extravaganza for him too, right? It's not like you didn't get him anything or anything like that.
No, we got him
I'm only
stuff.
asking because I know some people apparently just like don't even like celebrate Christmas on their firstborn's year, which is like weird.
I mean,
because like I get it, they won't remember it, but at the same time it's like, what if later on when they're like 25 they're like, Mom, Dad, what did you do for my first Christmas? And you're just like, I didn't do anything for it. So I'm sure you got your son a controller, right? Already a toy controller.
No, he does have this cool Game Boy. Actually, I got to talk about this. I didn't even think about it. It's this Game Boy, right? So it's like a toy that's made out to look like. So it's like green. It looks like. Let me go get it for you guys. It's like just.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'll go.
Yes, here we go. This is a TikTok. Let's go. Let's see it.
Right. So here you go. Right. So this.
Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Okay, let me describe it. So it's got like a dog, and he's sort of like on a grass area, sort of like Mario with some hearts in the top right corner.
So it's called
an A and B button.
Called,
oh my gosh.
Puppy's Adventure. It's a Fisher Price. Classic Fisher Price.
Good old Fisher.
So you've got loads of these buttons, and they all make stupid sounds that this voice person makes, right? But okay, I was going to do this in its own video. Listen to some of the music, right? This might take a little while, so I apologise. So
no,
we cut it
it's
out.
all good.
But some of the songs, right? Just listen. You might recognise some of them.
I can't hear it. Put it closer to the.
It's Fisher Price, but it's got like at least 3 of the songs. Like one of the songs is definitely like Mario, like the Super Mario theme.
Yeah.
And they like just singing over it, like it's fun to learn and play when you're with me, or something. Like, surely they can't get away with ripping off Nintendo music, right?
I was about to say Nintendo cracked down on that so fast.
Like, I'm just saying, I think the Mario one is definitely it. Like, there's one that kind of sounds like Zelda, but I think that it's been changed enough where it sounds different. There's a one that sounds kind of like Tetris. There's one that kind of sounds like Tetris.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
and some of the sound effects. There's definitely the potion from Pokemon. When you give someone a potion, that sound effect.
No way.
That's on there. The Mario jump sounds on there. So there's definitely like some Nintendo stuff. I think there's a Kirby one that kind of sounds like it as well. Like, but he loves it, for the record. It is good.
That's adorable.
I just thought it was so funny.
Subconsciously pushing the gamer agenda early. I love it. So good.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Anyway, we were. Oh, no, sort my mic out. But yeah, we're looking forward to Christmas. We're getting him. We've got him stuff. We don't know if we're gonna wrap it. I think I want to, so I think we'll do that probably like tomorrow or something. But I did see like TikToks of like parents that wrap like nappies or diapers. Like just wrap them up, and they're like, "Oh, there you go, because you'll need them," sort of thing.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
But no, we've got him some stuff, to be fair.
Yeah.
Have you watched Sonic Prime on Netflix?
I haven't. I saw it came out, and I saw that it was trending for a little bit. I think it's like 7th place right now in top 10. Is it good?
It is good. Like, I watched a lot of the Sonic shows growing up, like the original like Sonic. I can't remember what it was called. When they were in, it was like the 3 guys and they were in a band. It was like Sonic, and then there was the green guy who played the drums, and then Sally, I think. I watched that really old one. I watched like Sonic X. I didn't watch Sonic Boom, to be fair. Like, that was kind of past.
That was past our time.
Yeah. But this one was really good. Like, the premise of it's really good. Sonic makes a mistake and does some stuff, and they basically end up in loads of different universes. Like, there's the same characters in a bunch of different universes, so they're different types. So there's like a pirate universe that Sonic has to go to, and the different characters are kind of, well, sort of. It's really good, actually. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I really like so there's like a Tails in a universe where he didn't grow up with Sonic, and everything was controlled by Dr. Robotnik or Eggman. I always call him Robotnik. And like he's like Tails is like a badass. Like he's just like angry and stuff. It's like you'd never see Tails in that sort of like frame of reference. I think he's called 9.
Yeah, he's 8 years old. Yeah,
I think he's called 9 because he's got loads of extra robotic tails. So 9 for 9 tails.
What? They pulled a Naruto?
Shadow's really good. The voice actor for Shadow's really good. The voice actor for Sonic's a lot better as well from Frontiers as well.
Oh my gosh, no, we're not getting into Frontiers.
No.
Does it at least have like adult humor? Because like I know I've seen some like TikToks and videos about Sonic Boom and how they had like some adult jokes in that. Is it more aimed towards kids?
It's geared, yeah, it is geared to. I would say geared towards kids a bit more, but I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was too. That's a really nice. Sorry, I just got distracted by your cup.
Yes, this is a Moscow Mule in a copper mug. It's very pretty. Do you like my little lime that I have?
Is that an actual lime?
Yeah, I cut it up. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
It's a little lime. It's Christmas.
I don't even have a drink with me. That's how prepared I am. You know. But yeah, no, I'd say you can get away with watching it if you like Sonic as such, and you are 30 years old.
Like us.
No, but just as a show, it's very good. I would recommend it, guys. Go and check it out if you like your Sonic.
I was gonna at least talk about it for a couple of minutes. How we both beat Bendy in the Dark Revival this week.
Oh, you want to talk about Bendy some more, man?
We don't have to get into a ton about it, but I do want to update the pod
okay.
Since we've talked about it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yes, so you beat it this week, and I think I beat it the previous week. We both streamed it. You streamed the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I was gonna do a video on the last one, and I just ended up streaming it and finished it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're through the whole game. We haven't done any of the secret stuff. I still haven't watched any of the like MatPat analysis videos for like the lore things. So I'm still don't really have an opinion in regards to the lore a ton for it. But overall, I thought the game was a ton better than the first one. So we can mildly retract that vibe, not vibing for us for the first bendy, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Uh, it was good. There was a lot more jump scares. Like there was not that many jump scares
You are
compared to the
literally
first
just
bendy.
referring to that ghost. That
The
ghost.
ghost is the
was
worst. Why'd they put her in there?
That ghost
She's
was a
crazy.
literal menace, right? I booted up what I thought because I got to chapter 5 and then I left it and then I came back to it in the final stream, and I was somewhere in chapter 4 and I was like, hang on, what's going on here? And I was sort of looking around and I was like, oh, for God's sake. And then it showed up and I was like, it literally just took me out of it. I was like, nope. Okay, right, I need to reload a different save. No.
Yeah, I was actually in chat for the beginning of that, and I remember, yeah, you just screamed because like she shows up in places she's not supposed to.
Those, like, I thought that I forget what the name is of the creature, but that, just call it the ghost. I thought that was really a really good addition to and just the randomness, because when it first showed up, you emptied like the casket or whatever it was, like the box, and they showed up quite a lot, and then you had nothing for so long to the point where you forgot about them because you were focusing on everything else, and then they came back for like a couple of times. I was like, that was very well done, I thought.
I was like a little confused. There's stuff that I didn't like about it. Like I actually like the end part of the game more because it was more story based and less jump scare based. In the beginning, it seemed way more revolved around the fright aspect of it. In regards to like the three side character guys jumping out at you along with the ghost. Whereas later on, like at the end, there was no jump scares whatsoever. And I was like, okay, I don't understand why I understand from a lore perspective why that didn't happen, but from a gameplay and story perspective, like I don't understand. Either like make the whole thing jump scary or make the whole thing not jump scary, or like at least even it out. It seems like it petered off completely near the end, right? In regards to it being scary or just yeah, in general horror-y.
I think on the whole it wasn't scary. Like, jump scares aren't inherently scary. You can play enough Five Nights at Freddy's that you're completely desensitized to jump scares.
Well, yeah. I was not.
I know, dude. I know. I don't know. I think it had its sort of like PG level of scary. Like it was.
Oh, for sure.
It was a bit weird, and I think that's kind of due to like the ink and the aesthetic and stuff. Personally, I very much enjoyed it. If you're comparing it directly to the first one, it was a major upgrade, like a major improvement on the first game.
Agreed.
Like
yeah.
game mechanics, like you could banish enemies and stuff. There was a lot more, like just in terms of like game mechanics, and it didn't feel like, even when there were like fetching things to do, they didn't really feel too much like fetch quests. Like I didn't really, aside from directly copying the first thing you do in the first bit, which is exactly what you do in chapter 1.
Yeah, which was a reference. Yeah.
It was, yeah, okay. Like, aside from that, I was glad that they dropped a lot of that, and it was very much more combat focused, stealthy as well, which I thought was quite good. The ending was interesting. I'm not going to spoil anything, but
yeah, we won't talk
I was
spoilers,
a bit surprised with the final boss and then what happens afterwards, but not like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it didn't really blow me away, I guess. It was kind of cool. There was some good moments, but I was surprised by what happened. Maybe I shouldn't have been. I don't know.
I feel pretty much the same. I enjoyed the last boss. I think was probably, dare I say, the best game mechanics in the game. I thought it was very enjoyable.
Really?
I mean, like compared to the rest of the game.
Wait,
rather.
the actual boss fight or the bit
in
afterwards?
one boss fight, but not afterwards, just the last boss fight. Like in regards to what you have to do for him, like it was the most complex boss, right? At least.
You can't be serious. Like,
Wait, compared to which boss?
The big boss, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we're talking about the same money. Okay.
Okay. No, but I'm comparing it to like just Bendy, like Bendy 1 and Bendy 2.
I was going to say like
that was the most complex they've been.
I don't know. I would argue that the Chapter 4 Bendy and the Ink Machine boss, Mr. Piedmont, the amusement park guy, I thought that was much more clever because you're having to dodge him and then hit his joints to do his damage. Whereas this was like, you have to it was very easy to work out what you had to do, I thought.
Did you die on the last boss, though?
No, I don't think so. Oh. No, I didn't. No, it was very straightforward.
I died a couple times. It's a skill issue. Never mind. I take it back.
I found it surprisingly straightforward, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, I knew what to do, but I still found it complex enough that I died a few times. That's all I'm trying to say.
No,
compared to the rest of the game. Yeah, I'm not saying it's like groundbreaking in regards to gaming boss mechanics. No, that's not what I meant at all.
If Bendy and Ink Machine was like a D or an E, this was definitely like a C+ for me.
Agreed. Completely agreed. C+, it almost was. Maybe if I played through it again, it could be a B-.
It would pass the vibe for me. Let's say that.
Yes.
Unlike the previous game.
I
had some other stuff I wanted to get into in the intro, but I think we should probably move on to the main stuff. We're 20 minutes in. That's quite long.
I suppose we are. Okay, yeah. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, on the pod, since it is now 2023, we are talking a little about games that we are excited for 2023. And stuff that's, fingers crossed, gonna come out. Some of it could be TBD, but most likely coming out this year. So, Jax, do you want to go first? And I think maybe a couple games we might have in common on our list that we're looking forward to. At least one of them, I'm sure, is.
Oh, that isn't actually on my list, but I literally know exactly.
No way!
Well, assuming I didn't know if it comes out this year. You're talking about Hades 2?
I am talking about Hades 2,
okay,
yes.
Wicked. Okay, we can start with that.
Yeah,
I only watched the trailer, so I don't know anything else. I only watched the trailer.
You didn't watch my video?
I mean, yes, I did. You did a reaction trailer, yeah, okay. But yeah, Hades 2. I was genuinely so shocked because it came out with it was announced at the Game Awards, wasn't it? Because there was a lot of stuff announced at the Game Awards. And congratulations, Elden Ring, by the way. I'm so glad.
Well deserved.
But Hades 2, this is a company that does make really good games, but they don't tend to make sequels. So that's why I was so surprised to learn that Hades was getting a second game, and I'm really happy about it. We were playing as Hades' sister. Is that right?
Melinoe, Melinoe, Melinoe. But yes, she is the sister of Hades, the princess of the underworld.
Sister of Zagreus
of Zags. Yeah, this is Zag's sister.
Yeah.
I
said Hades, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sister of Zagreus. Yeah.
Hades. Yes, this is Zagreus' sister. She's the princess of the underworld. Okay. And in this game, they did say, because I went on the website, it is a direct sequel of the game, so it takes place after an extended period of time from the first game itself.
Okay.
I mean, when we saw it, I wasn't entirely sure if it was going to be, maybe going on that'd be crazy if it was going on at the same time, but that's not the case here.
Nah, because surely they would have crossed paths. They'd have had to have done some DLC first or something.
I mean, if you stuck. Anyway, point being, this is going to be very exciting because unlike the first game where it seems like there maybe, dare I say, there wasn't high stakes for the first game. No, I won't go into spoilers for it, but essentially you're trying to get out. The main bad guy is your dad, and he's like, "Go to your room, son," and that's essentially the consequences of your actions.
That's a really good point. To be fair, that's a good con actually about the game that I didn't really think about because the game's so good. That's a really
Right.
good
I didn't
point.
think about it either until this came up because in this game you are facing the Titan Kronos, who
Oh,
create essentially Gaia, Mother Earth, created the gods, Zeus and all of them, to defeat Kronos and the other Titans. So
uh,
this is like the big bad, which is wild to think about. And also they make direct parallels to the trailer about how serious the storyline might be compared to Hades. For example, when the trailer first starts out, you see our protagonist, Melano. I'm sorry
mm,
if I'm pronouncing that wrong, people. Please don't come at me. I swear I'm a big fan. She is dueling with who we believe to be Hecate, who is the goddess of magic. Actually, I looked this up, Jax. I looked
nice.
this up.
No. Crack on, mate.
Yeah, and she's your mentor, and the two of you together are trying to defeat Kronos. But when you're dueling in the beginning, you lose to her, and she grabs your hand and lifts you up. So that's sort of like a direct relation to when Hades, when you died and went down to the river Styx and just respawned, and everything was fine. In this game, death seems to be maybe more permanent,
Okay.
or I mean, at least there's I don't know how they're going to incorporate for a roguelike, but at least it seems the consequences may be a little bit higher.
That's good. That's made me like. That's really good, actually. Like, it's not going to be the same sort of template as the first game. And yeah, like you said, I didn't really think about it. There wasn't high stakes, and it's a roguelike. So I guess with a lot of roguelikes, it's almost like a similar thing. You just die, and then you do a new run. So it's good to know that with the story, there's more. Like you say, there's more at stake. I'm very excited to just play it. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the characters from the first game, obviously crossing over and stuff like that. I'm very surprised, but I'm really excited. Do we have a release date?
We do not officially have a release date. However, they did say on Supergiant's website that there's early access in 2023. So I'm guessing
Oh,
that at the end of 2023 is when it's going to come out.
okay. Well, either
Early
way,
access, quote unquote. We're not, that's always up in the air.
I'm
But
very excited about that. As long as it comes out on Switch, like at the same time as everything else, because I think it came out on PC beforehand. Oh, I'll just play it on PC.
always does,
Fine,
baby.
yeah, I know. I just have so much more time with the Switch. Anyway, that's Hades 2. We're very excited for it. As I said before, if you watched my video on my favourite games this year, or if you watched the previous pod, guys, you'll know that Hades was probably my game of 2021. 2022. What year are we?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, so my favourite game of 2022 was Hades, even though it had come out previously. And I thank you, Grog, for telling me to go get it because it was awesome. So Hades 2, very excited for that. What are you excited for?
Okay. I'll go.
Even though you
Yeah,
kind of covered Hades 2.
I kind of covered it, but I'll go again. That's totally fine. So really quick, I only have a few points on this, but I do want to talk about it. Jumping off point, this was also a trailer in the Game Awards. Did you see the trailer for Judas?
I did not.
You did not see the trailer for
Wait,
Judas.
isn't this a Fable thing?
No, it's not. It's not Fable.
Okay.
This game is called Judas. It is developed by Ghost Story Games, which is an independent studio led by Kevin Levine, who is the director of System Shock 2, BioShock, and
Right.
BioShock Infinite.
That's
And
Bioshock, right? Yeah.
this is their first game, I believe. I checked on Steam to see if they've made anything else because I had never heard of them before. It looks like they haven't, at least from what Steam was showing. So, this is their first game. A trailer for it premiered at the Game Awards. They have been working on it since 2017. And since they showed out the Game Awards, there's no TBD, but we're assuming it's going to come out later this year. Very exciting. Essentially, it looks like the description of it, rather, is saying a disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? The trailer itself was very, very crazy. The only way that I can really describe it is BioShock in space on steroids, and that's pretty much all we got from it. You play as a main protagonist, who is a female. She looks like she's in her 30s or something, and she uses some kind of powers that's sort of like plasmids from BioShock. And she met a bunch of weird characters, like a girl that was made out of toys, a cowboy. There was a giant robot horseman. Yeah, it was very weird, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Also, I saw on Steam that it's not labeled as a horror game, so it could be more inclined to have horror elements, but be more action FPS like BioShock 3 was.
Oh. Well, I have never played a BioShock game in my life, so
once again we've come at the conversation.
Like, I've only heard like constant things. Like you made reference to Bendy and the Dark Revival being very BioShock inspired.
Definitely influence, yes.
They were what, PS2 games? BioShock?
Oh god, I didn't know they were Xbox.
Okay.
Yes, Xbox. What? No, 360? Oh my,
360.
yeah, it's definitely 360.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. See, yeah, I can. No, I've only ever heard like good things about it. Those are classic games that a lot of people played. I happen to not play them, so I have no idea what they're about. Yeah, I would say, oh, maybe I'll check them out, but I probably won't.
You should at least watch the trailer to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
because it looks pretty crazy.
Okay. Maybe I'll be a Judas and not check out the trailer. I don't know.
Are you okay? Hold on. Okay, hold on. No. All right, we're getting into this. All right, we've skirted around the issue long enough, Jax.
Oh,
you've played games that are similar to BioShock.
Have I?
Right? Yes, you have.
Well, like I've not played BioShock, so you got to tell me what ones they are.
Okay, I would have to look at your games, but the point is, I know you have.
Okay. BioShock is what? It's a first-person, RPG?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm going to do right after the podcast. God. I'm going to go on Steam. I'm going to go to BioShock, and I'm going to gift it to Jax for Christmas. And I'm going to say, Merry Christmas, Jack.
Dude.
And then I'm going to tell him that he needs to play it on stream.
Dude, I still need to play bloody Hollow Knight, like, properly.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, that means you'll have a to-do list, right?
Yeah.
And then once he plays it, he's going to get back to us and tell us his initial thoughts.
Okay. I tell you what, I wait on gifting it to me. If we get any comments telling me to play BioShock,
okay, yep,
then I will do it. But just hold off.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
once
all right.
we get one comment on BioShock that's not from you, we'll,
I'm counting on you, audience. I'm counting on.
There you go. It's up to you guys if you want me to play some BioShock and be forced into playing it, because I will have to play it if you gift it to me. I will feel terribly otherwise.
That's the point. Yeah.
Right, we've gone way off, but you're excited for Judas.
Yes, I am excited for Judas. It's all pretty much an insta-buy because of the creator of BioShock, and it looks like it's taken a lot of elements that are very similar to it, and it's going to be a wild ride. I think it's going to be good regardless. So,
does it have a release date?
No, it does not. Yeah, it just says
2023.
Well, it doesn't even say, but for sure it'll probably come out at the end of the year.
Fair enough.
They have been working on it since 2017, so it's been in development for 5 years.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
I've got a game that I know from a series that you haven't played.
Really? Okay.
Maybe I'll have to gift you like the whole franchise, and you can probably guess. I've talked about it enough. It's Resident Evil 4, the remake. Yes. I'm looking forward to a remake. Yes. But the Resident Evil 4 remake's coming out in March. It's coming out the 24th of March, guys. So look forward to that. But yeah, I have talked extensively, both on my channel and in some of the pods, about my feelings for Resident Evil 4. In that, for a lot of people, for a lot of Resident Evil fans, it's like their favourite game, or it's the best game out of the series. It's not for me, but I really enjoyed it as an action game, much more than a horror game. It had like 2 horror moments for me that were like actually scary, and then everything else was very more action orientated. But it was a great game. The remake does look so much darker, and from the trailers and stuff and the gameplay, it looks very much the tone, whilst obviously still based on the original, because it's a remake, and in that new Resident Evil engine, it looks more darker, and I'm looking forward to seeing that in the gameplay. I also completely forgot there is one boss in Resident Evil 4. It's very alien-like, like the Xenomorph.
Oh.
It's very Xenomorph. It's called a Verdungan or something. I think that's what it's called. You're basically Verdungan or something like that.
Verdungan?
You're going through like a sewer tunnel area, and it's like up high, and it tries to get you and stuff. It's very scary. So I didn't even think about it until I saw like a Twitter thing being like, "Oh, this guy's going to get a remake design." And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's actually going to be terrifying." So there's a few particular things that I'm actually going to be like, "Wow, that's actually going to be really scary," because those are, so basically the regenerators and that guy were the two scary things for me. So I'm just really, really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing it in a new engine. And yeah, I believe this game will get the Resident Evil 2 remake treatment, which was the best remake of a game I've ever seen to date. Oh yeah, for sure. Resident Evil 2 remake was amazing. Like, so good. Especially considering that the original was so good. So I think this will get that treatment, because I'm comparing that to Resident Evil 3 remake, which was a very poor. I feel like not very poor. It was decent, but they cut out so much of the original game's content, and one particular location that really bothered me.
They cut it out? Why?
I'm not sure, because the game was quite short. It was relative.
Well, was it like not a true remake then? If they cut
no. It was a remake. It was just so basically in the original Resident Evil 3 they had this whole clock tower area, and it was like quite a large part of the original game, and they completely cut that and just changed. Once you got to that area, it was just a boss fight, and then you moved on to the next. Yeah, so it was completely cut, which was I found that to be quite disappointing, because I was looking forward to that area in the remake, and obviously we didn't get it. On the whole,
unusual. I've never heard of a remake being remade where they cut that out. Like, normally for remakes, they make better graphics and then they add on some kind of DLC, if anything. Like, I've never seen it like straight up cut of content like that in actual level.
Well, you gotta make sure that you're making a distinction between a remaster and a remake. So when
I suppose you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
So a remaster would be the exact same game graphically corrected, like you say, maybe with a couple of little things here and there and a DLC. Whereas a remake is a full remake of like mechanics, like the style of the game, and all that sort of stuff. So if you compared the original Resident Evil 2 to the new one, the remake, it's a whole remake. It's not just graphics. It's like they've gotten rid of tank controls. It's not fixed camera angles and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to talking about it as well, because, like I say, I've my notes: nervous but excited and conflicted over Resident Evil 4. So that's my takeaway. But yeah, March the 24th, guys. Look forward to that.
Oh boy, yeah. So we'll get an update then in early April, then, huh?
I want to blitz the thing. I really do. I want to get through it ASAP. Yeah,
that'll be exciting. All right, am I up next, Jax, for what I would like to look forward to?
Go ahead.
Oh my word. Okay. So my other big one, which I don't think I'm gonna buy right away because I am also, as you say, conflicted in regards to it.
Ooh,
and
that made me shudder. Yeah, I'm excited.
I know. I know we've talked about it. I can't remember if we've talked about it on the pod though. But it's the Hogwarts Legacy game.
Oh.
The new Harry Potter video game, which they have not really made a Harry Potter video game in a long time. And this one is a big deal. I've been watching trailers. I've been watching I think maybe IGN or there's several accounts on TikTok that are doing like gameplay trailers of it, just like really quick stuff showing off like, hey, this is what this looks like, and this is what this looks like. This is the Ravenclaw common room, blah blah blah. And so like they'll show like little stuff every once in a while. But I'm very hesitant about this game. So let me go into a little bit of a description here, and we'll go from there. So this is published by Warner Brothers. It's developed by Avalanche Software, and similar to what you said with Resident Evil, Jax, this is coming out early in the year. This is actually coming out in February. Okay. So I'll probably have an update on it later on in March or something like that. But February 10th is the launch date. It's for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox XS. And I believe it actually comes out later for other consoles. Like I think PS4 and stuff has a worse launch date. So shucks, too bad for them. But Hogwarts Legacy is an immersive open-world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. For the first time, experience Hogwarts in the 1800s. Your character is a student who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart. Now you can take control of the action and be at the center of your own adventure in the wizarding world, blah, 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 blah. This game could either be extremely good or extremely bad. From the gameplay, people have been saying it looks like Harry Potter mixed with Dark Souls combat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it is very interesting. And I do like the aspect of the 1800s because we're basically not going to get really any characters we've seen in Harry Potter. I mean, we're probably going to get some characters in relation to like old history textbooks, like people they've mentioned, but not actual characters in the books, which is very cool. And also, it's rumored and actually pretty much confirmed to be based around the Goblin Rebellion in the 1800s of the Wizarding World, where the goblins tried to rise up and overthrow the witches and wizards. Which is very exciting, actually. They could be a very formidable foe before they went to Grimgot's bank and, dealt with money and all that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I was like, what, goblins? I was like, yes, now I remember. It's been a while since I watched Harry Potter, to be fair.
Yeah, Jax is not the hardcore fan that I am, so I don't blame him for being as excited.
I enjoyed the films, and I read some of the books when I was young, but like I'm very much like, I'm curious to see what the mini game for Quidditch. I'm sure people will be excited for Quidditch mini game.
I don't know if Quidditch is in this. I don't think it is. I know because I saw someone complaining it wasn't in there. So it's
literally a sport.
I'm 90% sure. I know. Like it wouldn't be that
Olympics,
hard.
Isn't it?
Is it?
I want to say it is. If it's not, I'm mistaken. But it's definitely like a real sport. I don't remember they play it.
It is a real sport, but I think there's a professional league. I believe you're correct.
Which would
hilarious. Be awesome. Should we play Quidditch at some point?
No.
What if we make a bet right now that if we get, I don't know, like 100,000 downloads on the podcast that we meet up and play Quidditch together?
Dude, yes, like easy. 100,000, yeah.
100,000 downloads.
I'm a
shaking right now. All right, excellent.
That's all right. That won't happen.
I'm the seeker. All right. Other things about this game, you can basically create your own wizard or witch, which is pretty cool. It's basically create your own character. It's sort of cool because apparently you can be a dark wizard too. I don't know how that's gonna work because Jax, you remember there's a killing spell, Avada Kedavra, in the books, right? Yes. Voldemort
eloquently said as well, by the way. I like it.
Yeah, thank you. I am an avid fan. Have I told you, right, that for my honeymoon, for my marriage, my honeymoon, I went to Harry Potter World for my honeymoon. Yeah. I have a Gryffindor robe in my closet upstairs.
Oh, nice.
That's how much of a fan I am.
Obvious choice.
Listen, I'm a Gryffindor who aspires to be a Hufflepuff.
I am 100% a Hufflepuff.
You really think
Easy,
so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you're a Slytherin, I'm going to be honest. It's not a bad thing.
I'm offended. I'm a little offended.
No, ambitious. That's good. My wife's a Slytherin.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'm very excited for this game. I really hope it's as good as it looks right now.
It does look really good. Gotta say, like as a
Yeah.
like graphically and stuff, it does look very pretty.
Also, just one last thing, which I mean, Jax, you remember Order of the Phoenix and the
Yeah,
later movies after that,
yeah.
when the professional wizards sort of like flashed around, they apparated, but like the way they showed it in the movies, they did like sort of like a flash step with their form and then moved to a different side. So like when they were dueling, they were like flash stepping and shooting each other
Oh,
in the
vaguely.
movies. Like
Yeah, it's
maybe
been a while. Yeah.
anyway, in the game you can like flash step with your character, so you can like straight up like teleport to a few feet, which
Mm.
seems pretty cool because that makes the combat more quick and fluid. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. I probably won't get it right away just to make sure that it's not a flop. But if it isn't, I will be getting it,
It
and
could be one of
I'm
those
excited.
games where it needs a few more day one patches, sort of thing.
I
I
hope
wouldn't be
not. I hope not.
surprised if it's one of those. I'll have a look at it. I don't know if it's. It's another open. It's open world, isn't it? So I just don't know.
It is.
There's only so many open world games I can get, and the open world game that I am looking forward to, that is the most anticipated game at the Video Game Awards, I believe. I could be wrong, but you must know what I'm talking about, my dude.
Yeah.
Tell me what I'm talking about.
You're talking about Breath of the Wilds 2.
Yes, I am. Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild was so amazing. I played it on the Wii U. I never actually got it on the Switch. For the record, I was waiting for it to drop in price on the Switch, and it never did. It's still like £45-50, even though the game came out like 5-6 years ago when the Switch dropped. But anyway, it is an amazing game. We all know that. It kind of redefined open world in a lot of ways and inspired a lot of other open world games to do things a bit differently. And obviously the sequel is coming out, and we've only gotten like a very little trailer and a few images.
Was there a second trailer?
So the Game Awards one just showed some of the because Zelda always has like a prophecy, and it's always done on like a wall or like on a rock or something.
Yeah.
And that's what the second trailer was, and the first one was Zelda and Link in, I think I want to say like a cave under like Hyrule Castle or somewhere, and it was where Ganondorf was, and then he like his head sort of turns and opens his eyes. I think the original trailer for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the second one. I saw the first one.
Yeah, the way I initially viewed a sequel for Breath of the Wild is it would be what Majora's Mask was to Ocarina of Time, and it was basically them saying, "Oh, we've got this great engine." Like Ocarina of Times at the minute was at the time it was like great engine, we've got great graphics and stuff. Before we move on to the next console generation, we want to get some use out of this. So they made Majora's Mask. They made and what is essentially an alternate universe with the same characters, like same sprites, if you like,
right?
With a darker tone and a darker story. And for a lot of people's favorite Zelda game is Majora's Mask, just because of the tone and the theme of the game. And I really like Majora's Mask. I only played it quite later on. I played it on the GameCube when it re-released. Tears of the Kingdom, from what we saw from the second trailer, is that it's completely shifting how you traverse, because it's all about verticality now. So it looks like it's taken a lot of stuff from Skyward Sword, and there's a lot of floating islands up in the sky, and you're using new techniques to essentially scale, I don't know, the air or like certain like rock faces and stuff, and you are maybe flying up. Yeah, you're flying around on this weird, some sort of ancient drone-looking thing. It is very cool looking. But again, I think it's a great testament to that particular dev team in Nintendo that they're able to sort of redo Breath of the Wild. Like use that same engine and just completely revamp it and force you into playing the game in maybe in a certain way by making everything vertical. At least that's what the trailer looked like.
Yeah. So, do you think that they're going to mostly keep the world of Breath of the Wild? Like the ground level, like since they're building vertical, do you think they basically like wiped a lot of the details on the ground itself, or like maybe they just cut off most of the ground world so you can only go vertical?
I'm curious. I wouldn't be surprised because of how good the first game was, and if they keep that ground level, and like maybe some bits are different looking, obviously like updated, but if they're focusing on the sky and they can make loads of sky islands, then they can just make like a whole new world up there. Obviously, maybe not to the same extent that the first game was, but then you've got the whole ground that you could maybe still go to and do stuff on, as well as all of this new stuff in the sky. So it's very, yeah, it's very interesting. I'm excited to play it, even though I got Twilight Princess on the Switch, and it has not really gripped me. I don't know if I've like not been diagnosed with ADHD, but like if a game doesn't grab me in like sort of the first 3-4 hours of playing it, I'm just like, I just drop off and I'm like, nah, I'm just done. Like I need to move on to something else.
I feel like we all have that to an extent
Okay,
because
that
like
makes okay.
we've talked about how I've dropped several games, so I think that happens to everyone, especially gamers later in life when we don't have enough time. We realize that it's a time sink, or like we have to have a correlation to our attention span
This
and
is
the
it,
amount of time that we're putting into it,
because I feel
right?
like a lot of people really like Twilight Princess, and a lot of people talk about it being like, some people say it's their favorite Zelda game and stuff like that. I'm guessing
Yeah.
that would be they played it originally on the Wii, but this remake was also done really well. I don't know if I'm not giving it enough time or whatever, but I'm just not. For some reason, I'm not finding it very interesting at all. And I feel like with that, I feel like almost with Sonic Colors, and I'm not giving this game enough time, but I'm just really not enjoying it. But I don't know. I guess it's just not for me, which is a shame.
Well, that's okay, Jax, because you know what? It's 2023, all right? 2023, new me. Now is the year that you can go ahead and pay attention to
Hit
some of those
Jim.
old games that maybe you just didn't have time for, maybe dropped off. I, for one, am going to do that with Cyberpunk this year. I'm going back to Cyberpunk right now, by the way.
Oh,
I
dang.
started playing it the other day for funsies when I had some time, and ooh, I'm about to blast some heads. I'll tell you what. So hey,
I've
that's
got
what
to
the New
play God
Year's
of War.
for.
I've got to play God
You
of
got to
War.
play God of War, the
Yeah,
new one or the old one?
the old
Ragnarok.
the 2018 God of War.
Yeah, Ragnarok. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I Ragnarok's PS5. It
Oh,
might be out on PS4.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'll play God of War.
No, so the original 2018 God of War, which I've started and I'm enjoying now that I'm like proper into it. I'm enjoying the combat and stuff. And just some of the cinematics. It just looks beautiful. Even on a PS4, it looks great. I just need to get around to I need to keep going with that game. But yes, Breath of the Wild 2, or rather Tears of the Kingdom, May the 12th, guys. Get excited.
Oh, I didn't know they gave us a release date.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you should have started with that. What? I did not know.
Yeah,
May
man.
12th. Interesting.
I will
So
be
I have
buying
until
that.
May 12th to beat Breath of the Wild 1.
You've not beaten it. Yeah,
We
you,
talked
oh,
about
you
this.
talked about it. My God. Okay. I can't really talk, man. There's so many games. So many games. Let's move on.
I know, it was a joke. Jax, the only other thing that I have on my list is also not a surprise to people that know me very well,
It's Silk Song.
which is Hollow Knight Silksong, yes. And I don't want to talk about it, but just know it's still in my scope. Might not even come out this year, so
Oh, there's no release.
there's never been a TBD, Jackson. There never will be.
God.
And we're sticking to it. But really, we're all trying to use reverse psychology, so then they'll drop the game next month. We'll see. I don't know. It's been
He's a
forever.
bit salty about it. A bit
We're all
prickly.
salty. We're all salty at this point. You don't understand, Jax. You don't understand. All right? Being part of the Hollow Knight community, it's like constant. We make memes about wearing clown costumes because we all expect like a release date for Silksong whenever a Nintendo Direct comes out. That's how bad it is.
Oh,
We've
damn.
gone to the point where we've tried to sacrifice the one YouTuber that does all the lore for Hollow Knight just so we can get a release date. It's bad up in here.
Is there only one guy that does lore for Hollow Knight?
Well, the main guy.
If I play it, is it worth some videos?
For lore? Yeah.
Is there a lot?
It's really good.
Okay.
I mean, it's got its niche for sure. I continually.
I mean, dude, I'm doing videos on faith and house,
oh yeah,
so, you know, it's about as niche as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, you really got to pop off with it. But I mean, the Hollow Knight community is really hungry for content. Since we've been waiting for Silk Song, so like they'll look for content if they want to see content.
I'm just okay. Like, I'll just buy it on the Switch and I will play. I've nearly finished Sonic Frontiers, so yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, I don't have any more to say about that. Team Cherry's a godsend. There's only 3 of them. They can take as much time as they want. I'm not anxious, but I am anxious. That's all I gotta say. Jax, do you have any other ones before we end this here?
Yeah. Actually, I'm surprised at the time. Actually, I thought this would be a lot shorter, but we've done really well. Anyway, I do have a couple, and I won't talk about them for very long. I'll just mention Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I didn't actually play Miles Morales, which I want to because it's got the cat. You can have the outfit with the cat, which is really cool, and the cat has a little spider hat, which is really cute. I still haven't played that, but the original Marvel Spider-Man, the PS4, was such a good game. It was amazing, and I was so blown away by the gameplay, like the graphics, like how it looked, but also the story. I did not think that a Spider-Man game would really hit me in the feels, but that game absolutely did. So I thought I'd just mention Spider-Man 2, which is coming out. I don't think it has a release date yet, but it is coming out in 2023, I believe.
Well deserved. Are you okay? A little off topic. Are you excited for the next Amazing Spider-Man movie?
So there is one confirmed then.
You didn't see the trailer for it yet?
Wait, is this Andrew Garfield?
No, I'm sorry. Not Andrew. No, I'm sorry. Not
you said Amazing Spider-Man.
Hold on.
You're talking about
with Miles.
No, yeah, I was about to say you're talking about Across the Multiverse.
I'm talking about Across the Multiverse.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you see that trailer?
The Spider-Verse. Yes, I did. I saw. Yeah, and it's got like a bunch of I think it's got the PS4 Spider-Man. I've heard, and is it got Tom Holland's one as well?
I can't confirm. I don't know. I haven't looked up all the actors for it yet. But
yeah, I love the first film, like everyone did. It was amazing.
What's his face that plays Moon Knight is voicing one of them, which is pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for that too. But anyway,
the first
sorry,
one was
off topic, but still on topic.
That was such a good film. Like,
it was so good. I'm gonna rewatch it again.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I want to rewatch that actually. Yeah, I need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, Spider-Man 2, PS4 or PlayStation Spider-Man. Yeah, no release date as far as I know. I couldn't get over the ending to the original. It was so surprisingly tear jerky.
Never got there.
You never finished it? Oh, dude.
People are gonna stop listening to our podcast because I don't finish games. It's not even gonna be you. It's just me.
Games, you know. I don't start games I go for like a couple of hours and that's it, and then you don't finish games. How far into it were you? Were you quite far in?
I was okay. I was like further. I think the Sinister Six or whatever attacked me. I think that's how far I got. Is that close to the end? It's not. No, it's not. I know it's not. All right. Listen, I got a lot of stuff to do, gang, for this year. I have to work on me, and I understand that. Lots of video games to play. I gotta stop hanging out with my wife so much. I really do.
Yeah, same with me and my son.
We gotta decide what's really important this year,
the video
gentlemen.
There's one final game that I want to talk about real quick, and it's purely because I didn't realise that I'd already bought it when I paid for it. I didn't realise it didn't have a release date. So I bought this on Steam for £30 and not thinking, I thought it was like a pre-order, so it didn't have a release date. It's 2023 and it is the System Shock remake.
Whoa, that's sort of like BioShock.
Is it? Is it what the gameplay style?
Yes.
So I've played
yes.
I've played System Shock 2. Oh, okay, that's good to know. That gives me a bit of an idea.
Yeah, it's like that, but not in space and better.
Okay, so Judas is basically System Shock.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I'm interested.
But crazier.
Okay.
Because I know what System Shock is about. Anyway.
System Shock. Yeah. So I played System Shock 2 last year. So I don't know why I went and picked it out. I just remember either hearing a lot about just how good the story was and the AI, like the main antagonist and stuff. And I did like a full-on Let's Play of it, and it was a lot of fun. Like, the game has a lot of replay value based on like how you decide to upgrade your character. It's like a first person, for anyone who doesn't know, System Shock's like a first person action with a bit of puzzle.
There's horror. It's partially
horror. There's a decent amount of horror in there as well. It's this
scientific
remake,
horror.
Yeah, sci-fi horror.
Sci-fi, yeah.
This System Shock remake is obviously remaking the first game, so I'm really looking forward to seeing. Because I haven't focused too much on what the story was in the first one, but I would suggest if you like your sci-fi horror, if you like classic sci-fi horror films, this is the sort of thing you could get into. If you like your Alien stuff like that, it's kind of, and you like artificial intelligence and that side of things, System Shock could be right up your alley. And it's a good FPS sort of, like horror, action sort of, based entirely on a ship. I don't know about the first game, this remake, but it's meant to drop this year. It's not done by the original team, I don't think. It's done by someone else.
I'd imagine it probably wouldn't be.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for it, considering I've already paid for it.
Give me.
So I will be playing that at some point because I've paid for it.
Look at us advising 2 BioShock-related games. Wow.
Oh, that's right.
I don't think I'd ever see it. Wow. So good. 2023 is going to be a ledge, I tell you what.
Do you think that BioShock was part inspired by System Shock?
Yes, it's actually confirmed that it was.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yes. Who knew?
Wow. I think I told you this too.
Oh, right. Okay. Man, it is like the end of the year, guys.
Yeah, our brains
it's 2022.
Are both dead,
no one cares about 2022. We're so done. We're winding down for the year, aren't we, dude?
If you're still listening, once again, we are so close to 2023, and I cannot wait. I hate it here in 2022.
Surely 2023 is going to be better. Just for the world. Come on, right?
It can't get any worse.
Oh, the UK might, but that's another story.
Hey, man, listen. There's a lot of bad stuff going on here, too.
Yeah. God. I keep saying, I keep joking to my wife, being like, we should really move to Finland. Finland sounds great.
We should. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the games that we are excited for this up-and-coming year in 2023, which is the year that you're listening to this podcast in, most likely. We are very excited. A lot of good things going on. In relation to that, that's pretty much it. Jax, we did do a vibe versus this episode beforehand. We did, which we definitely shouldn't have. We shouldn't. I don't even know if we were supposed to. We're sort of just playing it by ear now.
I should have just gone to sleep because I'm clearly too tired to focus on the game.
Not the advantage.
I did choose the game, and I had the advantage of. What was my advantage? Sorry?
Your advantage that you've done 5 runs in the game, which I did not know about, and you casually dropped during the match.
I've definitely played at least, 5-6 runs of it. But we played Undertale, guys, and we decided to speedrun Toriel's defeat or demise or whatever we decided to do to get past the ruins, basically. Get through the ruins. Who could do it quicker? I started off so well, and then I completely forgot what to do when Napster Luke shows up, and you're meant to cheer them on. And then I was trying to spare them, and then I just decided to try and fight them. And then I was like, no, wait, now I should think about what I'm supposed to do. And that gave you plenty of time to catch up, and then literally you overtook me in Toriel's house, in the home.
I did. It was brilliant because I started with my keyboard and Jax had his new controller. And then I was like, how are you going so fast? And he's like, I have my new controller. It's so cool. And then I was like, oh, God. And then I switched my controller midway through.
It was skipping the text really fast.
Yeah, no. Same for me is when I started using my controller. I don't know why, but Enter was just way slower for some reason. There's no text speed to control or anything like that.
Oh,
but
I shouldn't have said anything. I should have been like, oh, yeah, keyboard.
No, we're not that mean to each other.
No, we're not. But it does mean that you have now tied it at the start of the year. It's now 6-6. I cannot believe it. I was so far ahead. Ooh. 2022 was so good for Vive versus.
It was 12 matches, 6 wins on either side.
That's crazy, man.
We're basically at nil now on both sides, essentially.
And you can probably pick the next game, as I did pick this one real quick. And you did mention Hollow Knight, which is very concerning for a number of reasons.
I don't know. I still might save it. Might torture you and save it for a little bit longer. We'll see.
Right,
I just want to keep it in the belt, you know?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my pick, and I'm going to pick Hollow Knight just to get it out of the way.
Oh, God. I forgot you can do that.
I mean, I'd be literally just giving myself a loss, but, you know. Because we'll do something like, we need to get to this guy and beat him.
First boss,
and I'll be like, is that the flying guy in the little cage? No?
No.
Oh. That's not boss?
Well, it depends which way you go.
Oh my God.
So I guess I'd have to specify.
Let's not think about it. Let's play something else anyway, yeah. But there we go, guys. So yeah, we're all tied up in Vive versus. It's 2023. We've got a lot more stuff that we're going to be talking about over the course of this year. Tell us what games your most anticipated games for 2023 are. I mean, for most of you, I'm sure it'll be Tears of the Kingdom, because that's what won the Game Awards. So that's clearly. By the way, that's a stupid award. Like, what kind of award is that? Oh yes, well done. You're the game people are looking the most excited to see.
That was even a thing. Are you serious? Hold on. What were the other games? Were they any of the other ones we mentioned? We're not going to get into it. We don't actually do research on this podcast.
But like, yeah, it's the most bizarre kind of like. Imagine just being like, yeah, you're the most looking forward to game, so don't mess it up, by the way, sort of thing.
Well, it's so stupid because like that's so hard to measure. The whole thing is anyway.
It's so stupid. Anyway, yeah.
We're not getting into logistics of the Game Awards.
Thank you to everyone that has watched. If you've watched from the start, like from our first pod, thank you so much, because we're really enjoying doing this. Hit us up with the comments. Let me know if I have to go and get BioShock, and Grog will gift it to me, and that means I have to play it in the comments, only if there's a comment about it. But hey, we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. Share it, like it, give it 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to, and we will see you guys next time.